Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Dr. Clay Show. I'm your host, as always, Dr. Clay Hyde. Now, as you can see, this is a new and unique surrounding for you viewers. Pretty cool, I think. Although it is hot here in the East Bay area. Holy moly, summer has officially arrived, and it's hot. Nonetheless, let's move on. And let me answer a question about CrossFit pull-ups. And if you're not familiar with CrossFit itself, I'll point you to a great article written at tnation.com or tmuscle.com as they go by these days that does an incredible summary of CrossFit. I'll hook you up like that. So go down to the link below and you can read about it. And if you're wondering, what do you mean, what link below? You must not be at thedrclayshow.com. You're probably somewhere else, YouTube, whatever. That's fine. I appreciate you watching the show regardless, but all the resources that I mentioned in the shows will be down below at thedrclayshow.com. Anyway, Tom writes in and asks, what do you think of CrossFit style kipping pull-ups versus the more traditional pull-ups? Very good question, Tom. I'm surprised that this is actually the first CrossFit question I've ever gotten, because CrossFit is rather popular these days, and it seems to be growing with no slowdown in sight. Now, if you're not familiar with CrossFit style pull-ups, it basically resembles more of a seizure than it does a pull-up, in that you use as much jerking body English momentum as possible to complete the largest number of reps that you absolutely can, irregardless of the form. As you can tell already, probably by my tone and sarcasm, not a huge fan of them. And here's why. It's simply because of the speed of movement. You're taking away stress from the muscles that you're trying to target, which are your lats, your rhomboids, your lower trapezius, rear delt, so on. By using momentum and cheating, so to speak, you are taking some of the stress off of those muscles and letting momentum do the work. It enables you to do more pull-ups, yes, but the speed of movement, especially the rapid descent or the rapid eccentric part of the movement, is so fast that it puts undue stress on your joints. I don't know about you, but I not only want to train hard now and look great now, but I want longevity. I want to be able to still be working out and feeling great in 10, 20, 30 years. That's the whole point, right? So I'm not a big fan of them. Now, I will say that if you were entering a pull-up contest, or maybe you were in the Marines and you had to execute a certain number of pull-ups, or you wanted to execute more pull-ups and form was not an issue, then this style of training would very well be beneficial, because form is not an issue. Your outcome that you're measuring is the number of pull-ups that you can do. But in my world, which I call physique enhancement or improving your physique, I measure the outcome by what the body looks like and how well it functions and how healthy you are and so on. So that's simply not a superior way to enhance your physique. It's just a way to increase the number of pull-ups that you can do. So my recommendation obviously is to stay away from that style pull-up and instead use a more traditional approach. I will give you this tip now. As you pull up, arch your back and try to pull the top of your sternum to the bar. Arch will help to maximize the contraction of both the lats and the middle back. And that will ensure that you get maximal development in your back, but without the excess stress on your joints and the connective tissue around the joints.